Welcome back to the Champion Draft series. In this video, we're going to quickly go over the new format created for this CDS and how it's played to make things clear for you folks at home. Let's get started. The CDS is played in a brand new format called Divergent Lock. If you're familiar with standard competitive play in LOR, the first few rules of this format might sound familiar. Both players bring 3 decks and one gets banned. Players then need to win a game with both remaining decks to win the match. Players cannot have more than one deck with the same champion, and they cannot run the same region combination more than once. Here's where the rules start to change. All 6 champion slots in the player's deck must be used. Did you expect the Champion Draft series to not revolve around champions? While all slots must be used, players can ratio them out however they want. Yes, even like this. Now, while players are only drafting champion cards and can fill in other cards as they see fit, they can only use cards from the regions of the champions in their decks. If that sounds a little confusing, think of it like this. Every champion in the game now has an origin that says, you may put any cards from my region into your deck during deck building. So if you want Make It Rain in your Sejuani deck, you might have to draft some unorthodox Bilgewater champ if the standard isn't available. That's Divergent Lock for you. Now let's quickly go over the tournament structure. Each week, players will face one opponent for a total of 8 weeks. After that, the top 4 players will move on to the final week, where one will be crowned champion. Players don't have to bring the same decks to each weekly match, and do not have to use every champion in their roster each week. Players will not know their opponent's deck lists until right before the match starts, but they will know their opponent's roster and can take that into consideration when preparing. A lot to think about. And that about covers it. Subscribe to the CDS channels to keep up to date with the series, and follow the players as they set off on their journey to conquer the very first season of the Champion Draft series.